So now I'm telling you the trick of writing the structures of carbohydrates. It will be very, very helpful. You don't have to mug up anything apart from this. So let's see now. The trick is very simple. All the D I am discussing here. Okay, na? Because I assume that if L they are asking, you'll be able to write it. But one more thing which I am taking in consideration is that there is no L carbohydrate in your course here. So you can be very happy with D also. So देखो यार, D glucose, D mannose, D galactose, D allose and D fructose I have written. Allose is not in the NCERT, just I felt like writing, you will love it maybe, that's why I have written here. Now, all of them are aldose except fructose. I told you also in the beginning also that fructose is the only ketose. Only functional group ketone is there in fructose. Understand what to remember. Just remember for glucose, fructose 3L, 3L. For mannose 23L, 23L. For galactose 34L and for allose no L. ठीक है भाई साहब. So what to remember for glucose, fructose 3L. Major structures are glucose, fructose only na. Both have 3L. Apart from that, when you check mannose, for example, mannose it is 2,3L, and when you check galactose it is 3,4L. So it's very easy to remember 3L, 2,3L, 3,4L. Allose no L is there, not in the course also, but anyway fructose 3L. Sir, how to draw the structure? Let's come to the structure directly. Chaliye, so let's pick. I will pick firstly for you I will pick the alpha glucose, D glucose first. So picking up the D glucose straight structure, if I want to write, so CHO I will write, CH2OH I will write. My objective is to write D glucose. ठीक है? Sir, alpha you are writing or beta? But in the cyclic structure alpha beta will come. In the straight chain alpha beta is not going to come, because when anomeric carbon will become chiral, then only alpha beta is going to come. Chaliye, so focus here. D glucose if we talk about, we'll write 4 lines like this, है ना? Then what? We have to understand D glucose is 3L. That means third carbon is L. So it is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon is L. That means on the left side, you have the OH group. Sir, what about remaining? Remaining are obviously right, है ना? Khatam. Game over. Khatam. What people do, people waste their effort. That is, there is a difference between smart work and hard work. People tell you, do smart work. Hard work, you should not do hard work everyone does. So देखो यार, this is hard work कि second carbon right side, third carbon left side, fourth carbon. Why? Just remember कि भैया third carbon L, खत्म. Remaining all of them are D. Apart from that, let's say draw one more structure. I want to draw the structure of fructose, for example. Fructose, understand, is keto group. Keto. So first thing is clear that ketone cannot come in the corner. So the first carbon will go waste. CH2OH will go waste. Second carbon will be C double bond O. That is the ketone group. After that, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon, and the sixth one will be CH2OH. ठीक है भाई? Here also, sixth carbon CH2OH. So here the only difference in the structure came because of ketone. So ketone group is there on the second carbon. So now what we do? Third is L. So third is L means third carbon has the OH group on the left side. Fourth and fifth will have the OH group on the right side. Yes, you can see one more thing in the fructose. This is what I am drawing as D fructose. Alpha beta, again, alpha beta is not there in the straight chain. Alpha beta is in the cyclic structure. I'll talk about that also. So D fructose is also having 3L. What we understand here, how many chiral centers I can see? So 3, 4, 5. There are 3 chiral centers there, third, fourth and fifth carbon. So bhaiya, very easily, now you can draw the structure of mannose also if you want. Ki nahi sir, I am not satisfied yet, mannose also I want. No problem, let's draw D mannose for you. If you are drawing D mannose for us, what we'll do here? We'll write CHO, it is aldose group, CH2OH, just like glucose. Then I will write 4 lines like this. I will number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6th. Now mannose is 2,3L. 2,3L means second carbon OH and third carbon OH on the left side, 2,3L. And remaining 4 and 5 carbon OH on the right side. Badhiya. Awesome trick. Works for everyone. Very easily you will understand. Understand one more thing here now. This. So देखो यार, anomeric carbon for glucose is the first carbon. Why? Anomeric carbon is that carbon which had aldehyde or ketone group. So in glucose, first carbon had the aldehyde group. When it will come cyclic, that this first carbon is going to become the anomeric carbon. For fructose, you can understand the ketone group is on the second carbon. The ketone group is on the second carbon. So the anomeric carbon for the fructose is C2 and for glucose is C1. So alpha glucose, beta glucose, how to write in the cyclic structure? Alpha glucose means C1 has D configuration, that means on the right side OH will come, and beta glucose means C1 will have the L configuration, on the left side OH group will come. If you write alpha fructose, then C2 carbon should have OH on the right side, and beta fructose means C2 carbon should have OH on the left side. तो भैया alpha means OH on right side, beta means OH on left side. On which carbon? On carbon 1 or carbon 2? It's better to say on anomeric carbon, because for glucose the anomeric carbon is C1, it is aldehyde group, and for fructose the anomeric carbon is C2, this ketone group. Now I'm drawing the structure in this way, the cyclic ring like structure I'm drawing it. This ring looks like pyran ring, so that's why we call it pyranose. It looks like furan ring, so we call it furanose. So we can also write alpha D plus glucose also. You can also write alpha D plus glucopyranose also. ठीक है भाई. So by this time, how many names you have seen? Aldohexose you have seen, dextrose you have seen, glucopyranose you have seen, glucose you have seen. All the names are of the same person here. One more thing, mannose is also aldohexose, because it is also having aldehyde group. It is also having 6 carbons, so it is also aldohexose. But glucose is the glucopyranose. ठीक है भाई. It can also be written as glucose directly as well. चलिए, so name तो it's okay, we can understand. Now let us talk about this structure. So for writing the cyclic structure, the trick is very simple. If D for down, then L for up. If D for down, then L for up. Generally, we follow D for down only. Understand, I've written if D for down. That means, sir, can D be written up also? हाँ यार. For example, this is down. है ना? This is looking from, if I see this from the top, it will look, it is downwards. But if I see from the bottom here, it will look upwards. So if the person changes the frame of reference from where it is watching, for example, this right now is left side for us. है ना? For me it is left side, but for you it is right side. So understand this, that if D is written down, if D configuration OH, if example OH was on the right side and the right side OH is represented down, then obviously the left side OH will be represented up, otherwise vice versa. In all the structure in the NCERT, they are following that D is down, except the structure of sucrose, that also I will explain. People get a lot of confusions in those structures, but I will explain that. But generally we follow D equal to down. Use the logic now. So I make the cyclic structure O. I don't have to worry about this HOH, HOH, HOH right now. So what you have to see, I will just write this cyclic ring, 6-membered ring with one O in the middle, having 5 carbons. So I will write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbering, and the 6th is CH2OH, that's for sure. 6th is CH2OH in the case of fructose also. Fructose has 5-membered ring, glucose has 6-membered ring. Now, how to write? Understand, for glucose I have 3L. 3L means D for down, L for up. So the third carbon should have OH up, and remaining all of them should have the OH down. So OH down, OH down, OH down. So here the OH is not down, here OH is not there on this carbon. Whenever there is a CH2OH, CH2OH is always up. CH2OH is always written up. Up, better to say, in the form of L. ठीक है भाई साहब? So understand, if D is down, then CH2OH is always up. If D is down, then CH2OH is always up. So understand bhaiya here. So is it alpha glucose or beta glucose? Sir, this is alpha glucose. How can you say so? Because sir, C1 carbon. One more trick you can remember. Sir, in the cyclic structure, how would we know which is the C1 carbon? Because here we can understand C1, C2. Sir, in the cyclic, how we will know? So bhaiya, the anomeric carbon trick I can tell you. In the cyclic structure, the anomeric carbon is the next to O. Next to the O carbon is the next to the O is the anomeric carbon. So bhaiya, next to O here, next to O here, they are the anomeric carbons. Understand here now, the anomeric carbon OH is down. OH down means D. If OH is D, alpha. So this is alpha glucose. Sir, I want beta glucose. बहुत बढ़िया, no problem. If you want the structure of beta glucose, just this anomeric carbon OH comes up. So bhaiya, this becomes beta glucose. So DL have no relation with alpha beta. Alpha beta decided by the anomeric carbon. Another thing here now, if I want to make him beta fructose, then what? Simple. Second carbon here, you can understand here the numbering is very different because the first carbon CH2OH is on the top. CH2OH, the first carbon is on the top. Understood the idea here, bhaiya? What happens? Here also this person attacks over here and you get a 5-membered ring this time because C double bond is on the second carbon. So CH2OH up. So it contains one CH2OH group, one down big chain, one OH will come here, one H will come. So bhaiya, when you have OH down here, है ना. H will not come because H, instead of H we have CH2OH. So OH comes down. OH down means alpha. If you want to send the OH up, then भैया CH2OH will come down here. But sorry, you said CH2OH always up. I said for the fifth carbon at the last when you write na, the sixth CH2OH, that is always on the up if D stands for down. Anyway, so this is the anomeric carbon. So for this anomeric carbon, if you want OH to be up, then you get beta. Understood bhaiya up to here? I will explain one more time this thing, how to write the structure from the beginning. Now you have beta structure on the board, I will write alpha structure for you and you will like to draw the structure. Simultaneously you can also try. Let's say the O comes here, hai na? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines I mentioned. First thing, first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth, and the sixth is CH2OH always on the top. Then H you can write here without any problem. Fifth carbon have no problem. Going ahead, I want to write the structure of alpha D glucose. Okay, alpha D glucose. Understand fructose is levorotatory, that's why negative sign is coming here, minus 92.5 degree. So understand, when I have to write alpha D glucose, firstly for alpha, for the sake of alpha, I will talk at the last. Alpha I will talk at the last. Firstly, I will use the trick for glucose 3L. So bhaiya 1, 2, 3. 3L means up. And remaining all of them D. So D means down. Chamka bhaiya. D means down. So for second one down, third one 3L up, fourth one down without any problem. You don't have to mark them up separately. Second and fourth does not even matter. 3 up, remaining down. Sir, first one you missed. I did not miss. First one decides alpha beta. So let's see properly. What you want? Achha, alpha you want. Alpha means what will happen on the C1 carbon? OH will be down. So bhaiya on the C1 carbon the OH is down, H is up. So that is your Sakshat structure of alpha D glucose. So this is how this trick, and this trick can help you to write the structures of all the glucose and fructose. Now only thing left is practice. See this part of the video again properly, practice it, see how to write the structures of glucose, fructose, mannose, allose, all the structures you'll be able to write which are there in the NCERT. Even beyond NCERT also, if you are concerned in the MBBS degree course also, how to write the structure, this trick will help you out there. Chaliye bhai sahab, one important thing I missed in the previous part, I will talk about that. So देखो यार, alpha D glucose have 111 degree rotation, beta D glucose have 19.2 degree rotation. So when the alpha glucose goes in aqueous medium, it forms beta, equilibrium is achieved. When beta goes in the aqueous medium, then it forms alpha and the equilibrium is achieved. Equilibrium can come from any direction. You add alpha, you add beta, but they will all come in the equilibrium automatically. So alpha glucose pure is 111 degree rotation, beta glucose pure is 19.2 degree rotation, but once you add alpha glucose in the medium, the rotation was 111 degree, very high rotation was there. Then slowly the rotation started decreasing and it stopped at 52.5 degree. And that 52.5 degree is the equilibrium state. So that is why for glucose we write the rotation as plus 52.5 degree. It is neither the rotation of alpha glucose nor the rotation of beta glucose. Why? Because in aqueous medium, alpha and beta glucose cannot exist independently. They will always be in equilibrium, and at equilibrium, the rotation is 52.5 degree. So in the alpha glucose added in aqueous medium, there is a change in rotation. When beta glucose is added in the aqueous medium, there is another change in rotation, and this change in rotation is called mutarotation. So if you add beta D glucose in aqueous medium, rotation increased. If you add alpha D glucose in aqueous medium, rotation decreased. But finally, always the rotation comes out to be 52.5 degree at 25 degrees Celsius in the room temperature. So bhaiya, glucose have a rotation of 52.5, alpha different, beta different, but this kind of a scenario is known as mutarotation. That's all. Let's carry on. Now talking about polysaccharides, it's a very factual kind of a topic, very easy. Just you have to remember a few facts. That starch is made up of, actually starch contain two parts, amylose and amylopectin. 15 to 20% of the starch is amylose, 80-85% is amylopectin. Now amylose is soluble in water. Amylopectin is water insoluble. So starch, if they ask you is water soluble or insoluble, so you will say our starch is very less soluble in water. Why? Because the majority of the portion of the starch is insoluble in water. Simple here. Now, what is amylose? Amylose is made up of 200 to 1000 alpha D glucose units, and they are arranged by C1-C4 glycosidic bond. So it's very clear here, C1-C4 glycosidic bond is there. So it's very understood that C1 carbon of the glucose 1 is attached to the C4 carbon of the second glucose, and his C1 is attached to the next C4, and his C1 is attached to the next C4. Next, Talking about amylopectin yaar, solubility in water is not there. This is branched alpha D glucose. That means apart from C1 C4 straight chain, there is a branching also going on simultaneously, and that branching is due to C1 C6. That means C1 carbon of the chain above is attached to the C6 carbon of the chain below. C6 carbon is outside the ring. When you see the glucose structure, na, this kind of a structure. So the carbon here, CH2OH, we write, na, this sixth carbon on the top, that is the C6 carbon. So this C6 carbon is involved in the glycosidic bond and it gives the branching. Both the cases, the links are alpha link. Now understand, alpha and beta glucose, alpha and beta fructose are anomers. That is a different thing. When we say alpha link, beta link, what does it mean? Imagine when both the OH group were D configuration, when the glycosidic bond was formed, something like this is formed. So this is known as alpha link. And whenever we have one OH up, one OH down, and they are forming a glycosidic bond, this kind of a cross kind of a thing is made, then bhaiya it is called beta link. So when the stereochemistry of both the OH forming the glycosidic bond is same, alpha link. When the stereochemistry of both the OH forming the glycosidic bond is different, beta link. So where do we get beta link here? In cellulose. Cellulose is present in the cell wall in the plant. You are in the BiPC, very well you might be knowing it. Straight chain it is, just like amylose. But the glycosidic bond is C1, C4, and here it was alpha D glucose in both the cases if we check. In this case it was alpha D glucose, and in the case of cellulose it is beta D glucose. So bhaiya, cellulose C1, C4 glycosidic link is there, it will give us beta D glucose. Then what? That means, sir, when the starch is hydrolyzed, we get alpha D glucose, and when the cellulose is hydrolyzed, we get beta D glucose. Answer is yes and no both. Why? Very nice, smart question it is. In the beginning, I told you about glucose preparation. Starch, cellulose, both at 393 Kelvin, 2-3 bar pressure in the presence of H plus give glucose. But here it is alpha glucose, here it is beta glucose. Sir, you are saying it is forming alpha, it is forming beta only? Nahi yaar. Understand, when he forms alpha glucose goes in aqueous medium and comes in equilibrium with beta glucose. I taught you this in mutual rotation also. As well as when beta glucose is formed, beta glucose will go in the aqueous medium and it will start forming alpha glucose. That means always alpha glucose is formed, it will become some beta glucose, come in equilibrium. Beta glucose is formed, it will form some alpha glucose, will come in equilibrium. So alpha glucose, beta glucose will always be in equilibrium with each other. Going ahead, then glycogen. Glycogen has the similar structure to amylopectin. It is highly branched. It is known as animal starch. This is one NCERT exemplar question. Animal starch is glycogen. Like starch is used as a storage polysaccharide in plants, glycogen is used as a storage polysaccharides in animals. Now it is similar to amylopectin in the structure, but more branching is there than amylopectin. It is present in liver, muscle, brain, in the human body. Whenever your body needs extra energy and the energy is not available from the food sources, it breaks the accumulated glycogen using some enzyme into glucose and the energy needs are satisfied. It is also found in the yeast and fungi too. Apart from that, one question comes that glucose, fructose are water soluble, cyclohexane is not. Why? Because all of them are organic compounds only, then why? Because glucose, fructose is polyhydroxyaldehyde ketone, polyhydroxy. So there are many OH group available. They form extensive hydrogen bonding with water. That's why they are water soluble. Cyclohexane have no such group which can do hydrogen bonding. That's why cyclohexane is insoluble in water. So let's carry on to the next important part, that is the protein now. So now let us talk about the disaccharides here. There are 3 disaccharides in NCERT which you have to read. First is sucrose, then maltose, then lactose. So understand, in sucrose, alpha D glucose is attached to beta D fructose through a glycosidic bond. What is glycosidic bond? When 2 monosaccharides are linked to each other through oxygen, through an oxide link, this link is called glycosidic bond. Now, in sucrose, the C1 of glucose and the C2 of fructose are linked. So understand this here. So this is first carbon. Here the OH group was down. Understand, I am writing alpha D glucose. How to write the structure? From 0 we will start, let us say. So alpha D glucose, alpha means for general what we say? Generally what we say, D is down, L is up. So for this glucose, this one first OH, alpha D I am writing. So for alpha the OH will be D. For beta the OH is up. Where? In the first carbon. So it's the anomeric carbon. So here the OH is down, making the glycosidic bond. Then in glucose, I remember the trick was 3L. So let's count 1, 2, 3. So 3L. L means up. So 3L, 2 and 4 and 5, we can see 2 and 4 will come OH down, and CH2OH always up will be there. Next what? Next, understand this thing here. What we know in the case of fructose is that, sir, fructose, if you see properly, it will not match. Why? Understand, in fructose it was given that, sir, we have 3L. But if you see here, this is the first carbon. ठीक है ना? Sorry. This is the first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth. And this is the sixth carbon. So what we know, 3L means 1, 2, 3. L means up. Sir, but this OH is down. I told you in the beginning also that generally we write D down. But in this structure, the fructose is written in this way. It is reversed in written. So what happens here? The fructose is having, in this structure, the fructose, D is given as up. As a result, L will come as down. Sir, is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. It's just like the people who were seeing from one side are seeing from the other side now. So more or less it's the same thing. So what happens? 3 still is L. But this time L is down. So you can understand remaining will be up. So the fourth carbon up. Chamka bhaiya, what happened here? In the fourth carbon up. So second carbon you consider, second carbon is coming down. I will not consider second carbon. Why? Because for fructose C2 is the anomeric carbon, and bhaiya anomeric carbon OH will come up or down is decided by alpha beta. So it is beta D fructose. So bhaiya for the second one we understand alpha means D, beta means L. On which carbon? On the anomeric carbon. Who is the anomeric carbon in fructose? C2. So bhaiya alpha means D, beta means L. So here configuration L should come, L on anomeric carbon. Badhiya. So anomeric carbon for fructose is second carbon. So second carbon it should be L. And now for fructose, for this structure of fructose we are writing D as up. So bhaiya L will come as down. Okay, bhaiya. Only in this structure in the NCERT this is reversed. So little confusion can come, but understand it's just the opposite. Compare alpha D glucose and alpha D fructose and beta D fructose. You will understand कि भैया clear cut, or compare beta D fructose mentioned separately and compare the beta D fructose in the sucrose given. You will see all the configurations are same, just that down written up, up written down. So understand here on the second carbon we have beta. Beta means L, and this structure L is down. Third is also L for fructose 3L. So third is also down. Fourth will be D as usual. So fourth is up. So what about fifth one? I told you always CH2OH is up when D is down. But this time D is up. So CH2OH will be down. I told you CH2OH is always up when the D is down. But in this case, L is down. D is not down. In this case, L is down. D is up. So CH2OH will come down. This is how the structure of sucrose has come. So there is a glycosidic linkage. All the chiral centers, they have been written, just D and L is correct, but just this time we are representing D as up in the structure of fructose given in the NCERT. Understood this idea up to here? So L is the anomeric carbon, beta carbon, L. ठीक है भाई साहब? Third is always L and fourth D. Fifth one will be CH2OH because we are writing D as up. So here CH2OH will come as down. This is a glycosidic bond. Here one very interesting thing happens. If you see here, this was the anomeric carbon. This is the anomeric carbon of glucose, and C2 is the anomeric carbon of fructose, and there is a glycosidic bond between anomeric carbon. That means the carbon having the functional group, the carbon which was having the functional group, the anomeric carbon is busy. So we can understand both the anomeric carbon are involved in glycosidic bond. So whenever both the anomeric carbons are involved in glycosidic bond, or all the anomeric carbons are involved in the glycosidic bond, it is not a reducing sugar. It will be a non-reducing sugar. Why? Because the group, the carbon containing the functional group are involved with each other in the bonding. So they will not be able to reduce Fehling solution or Tollens reagent. Whereas if you see maltose, maltose is C1, C4 of alpha D glucose. Both are alpha D glucose and C1, C4 bonding is there. That means this anomeric carbon is involved in the glycosidic bond, but bhaiya happily for us, this anomeric carbon is free. So anomeric carbon is free here. So when you have free anomeric carbon, so it is a reducing sugar. Similarly, in the case of lactose, it is C1, C4. C1 of beta D galactose and C4 of beta D glucose. तो यार देखो गैलेक्टोज दिस वाज एनोमेरिक कार्बन, नेबरिंग कार्बन टू ऑक्सीजन इज द एनोमेरिक कार्बन, ही इज इन्वॉल्वड इन द बॉन्डिंग इन द ग्लाइकोसिडिक बॉन्ड, बट भैया फॉर ग्लूकोज बिकॉज C4 इज मेकिंग द ग्लाइकोसिडिक बॉन्ड, फॉर ग्लूकोज दिस C1, this anomeric carbon of glucose is free. So this is also reducing sugar. But in the case of sucrose, C1 of glucose which was anomeric carbon, C2 of fructose which was also anomeric carbon, they are glycosidically bonded to each other. So here they are not free. They cannot show reducing property. So sucrose is a non-reducing sugar. Structure of maltose here, structure of maltose, easily you can write it. It is the combination of glucose and glucose. Both are alpha glucose. So easily glucose, alpha glucose structure I have written on the board. And this kind of a structure, glycosidic bond you will get. For lactose, lactose is made up of beta D galactose and beta D glucose. Understand once, beta D glucose means the anomeric carbon will have L configuration. L means up. Except this fructose here, everywhere else D down, L up is followed. तो भैया बीटा मीन्स एनोमरिक कार्बन, द फर्स्ट कार्बन ऑफ ग्लूकोज विल हैव OH group up. So check OH up. For glucose, we remember one thing. For glucose, always 3L is there. See the third one, first, second, third. So 3L and 1L came. Why 1L? Because beta. Why 3L? Because glucose always 3L. Now second one down came OH, and the fourth one also OH came down, making the glycosidic bond. And the fifth one CH2OH always up. Going ahead here, in beta D galactose, understand beta means anomeric carbon OH will be up. Anomeric carbon OH will be up. So this OH came up, making the glycosidic bond. Then for galactose, we remember one more trick, 3,4-L. 3,4-L means third and fourth carbon OH will be up. So third and fourth carbon OH up. So second carbon automatically down and CH2OH always up. So this is the structure of lactose here. Lactose is found in milk. है ना. Maltose, you might have read that maltase is the enzyme from which we can get, using which we can get the maltose also. But anyway, this is the sucrose, maltose and lactose available for us as the disaccharide. And reducing, non-reducing trick is very simple. Anomeric carbon involved in the glycosidic bond, non-reducing. Anomeric carbon anyone free, so भैया reducing sugar.